Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to H&H Global Education. H&H Global Education is a global platform for international students. As part of our live session, which is started at the beginning of this month, we have invited one of our another key partner, Kingston University, London. Kingston University, London's South Asian International Officer, Mr. Andrew, will be available with us. We're going to discuss about different courses available for January 2021 session and March 2021 session. Along with that, we'll have a discussion about September 2021. We're going to discuss about different scholarships available for the prospective students. We're going to discuss about the different situations going on because of the COVID-19. What are the steps Kingston University has been taken, and what are the facilities they're providing during the pandemic situations. Let's invite our guest into the board. Hi, Andrew. Good afternoon.
Hi, Milton. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much for joining our sessions today. So, dear prospective students, our guest, Mr. Andrew Fraser, is available with us from University of Kingston. Kingston University is one of our key partners. We're working with them for more than 1 year, very, very closely. And we're going to discuss about different entry requirement courses as well. The live session is going to start with a presentation. Will be given by our guest, Mr. Andrew. I'm going to add our Indian team manager, Mr. Subhash, as well. Hi, Subhash. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Andrew. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
So, Andrew, this live session has been telecasted to our five Facebook channels: H&S Global Bangladesh, H&S Global Pakistan, H&S Global India, H&S Global Morocco, and H&S Global UK. Along with that, it has been telecasted to our YouTube channel and also Twitter.
Wow.
So the session has been divided into three parts. Initially, we'll have your opening speech along with and followed by your presentation about Kingston University. And after that, we're going to go through the different courses available for January 2021 session and also the March 2021. We're going to see whether we can give a short discussion about September 2021 session as well. And you know, due to the pandemic situation, a lot of students are struggling in terms of the information, the admissions and others. We're going to go through that as well. How we're gonna what type of support the Kingston University giving for the prospective students. And at the end of the session, there'll be a question and answer session. So we're gonna go through each of the questions that students are asking, if they have any questions in their hand. So we're gonna go through that. So our prospective students, you can give us an email as well if you have any question in hand. So what we're gonna do as soon as we finish our discussion, we're gonna go through each of the questions and try to cover it as much as possible. Our email address is info@hsglobalEDU.co.uk. You can also WhatsApp us. Our dedicated online team is available. You can also send us messages through our Facebook messengers. You will get a reply straight away. Along with that, if you go to our Facebook page, you can click on the link. You can directly send messages through our live sessions as well. So it will be shown, your name, your questions will be shown there, and we're going to try our best to cover them as much as possible. So, Andrew, welcome to the board, and I'd like to have your opening speech, please.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Milton. So I am shortly going to provide a presentation which gives you an overview of Kingston University. As Milton has shared with you, we've been working with Milton H&H Global for well over a year now, and it's a very good partnership, and we're happy to work with H&H Global because of the excellent work that you provide for your students, because that's the most important thing for you, is to make an informed decision whether Kingston is a right fit for you. Because I want to share with you all the programs that are available at Kingston University, the support that you're going to get at Kingston, and I think most importantly, your return on investment. Obviously, you're here to study, studying abroad in the UK, that's vital. But really, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time and money. So it's critical that you can actually see your return on investment. So I want to share with you the job opportunities that are out there. Although this is my opening speech, what I do want to share with you is fantastic news. So for students who joined in 2019, September 2019, before the pandemic, I only found out in the last 2 weeks that 4 of the students that I've been working with have secured a work placement. Okay. So even when they came to the UK and was under lockdown, they still managed to secure work placements in the UK. That's because, similar to what we're doing now, with technology, we're able to be nimble, dynamic, agile, and there are still lots of job opportunities available even under lockdown. And so I want to share that with you as well. So Milton, if it's okay with you, I think I might start with the presentation.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to do that now. Let me just have a look to see share screen. Let me share screen. Perfect. Can everybody see the
Yes.
That's perfect. That's what I like. Fantastic. Great. Well, that's great that you can now see that. So I'm going to start this presentation, and really it's going to last probably about 10-15 minutes, because the most important thing I want is for you to be able to ask any questions that you have about this. So I'm just going to go over why Kingston University, why choose us over the other London universities or the other universities in the UK, the degrees that we have, our entry requirements and scholarships. Now, I am the international officer for South Asia. In this presentation, there is information about India specific, but do not worry. We're able to help you if you're from Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, or Pakistan. That's not a problem. Okay. So why choose Kingston University? So where is Kingston University? If some of you, I know we're broadcasting to some of our in UK offer holders and inquirers as well, but we are London. Now, we're not central London. We're actually about 20-25 minutes away from central London. I would like to say that we actually have the best of both. We have the safety of the suburbs. Kingston, the London Borough of Kingston is the safest London borough. Milton has visited our campus on a number of occasions, and it's a beautiful campus right on top of the River Thames. But importantly, it's really easy access to central London. You hop on a train. Our nearest train station is Surbiton. Within 20 minutes, you're at London Waterloo. And what I also want to share with you as well is, unlike many other London universities, we guarantee international students on-campus accommodation. With central London universities, often they will give you accommodation that is away from the campus. So that's brilliant. So you can really enjoy that location there. The second reason why you want to choose Kingston, and again, I've already mentioned about your return on investment, is our focus and excellence on entrepreneurship. And this goes across the board with our subjects, whether it's science, engineering, computing, business, art and design. A lot of students may be self-employed or set up their own businesses. So we really do focus on that your qualification is a vehicle to get to where you want to. There are some universities that will encourage you to study for the sake of studying, and that's fine. Some people want to do it as a hobby to study a degree, but our focus really is that it's a journey, and your education is a journey, but the destination is your career. We really want to enable you to get out of it. It's a relatively short amount of your time to study, so we want to make sure that it pays off, that it's worthwhile you doing that. Again, the third reason is the student opportunities. Now, I already briefly mentioned about a few of our students who commenced their studies under lockdown. They began in September, some in January, and then of course in the UK lockdown commenced at the end of March. But nevertheless, they were able to secure those work placements. So many of our programs, we offer you a 2-year master's degree. Now, as you may know, in the UK, a master's degree is only 1 year. However, we're able to offer you a 2-year student visa. The second year is a work placement. I'm sure that there's going to be many questions about that. So I'm more than happy, Milton and I will be more than happy to talk about that in the Q&A part of this session. Of course, there are many societies, sports clubs. So if you want extracurricular activities as well, alongside looking for a job and studying, we have a range of societies and clubs that you can join as well. Bearing in mind, you're also able to work 20 hours a week during your studies. And the fourth reason is really our innovative teaching and reputation. So our innovative teaching, as already touched upon, it's using your education as a vehicle, as a journey to your career, to your professional life, and our reputation as well. So not only are we brilliant at delivering that, our teachers are actually in the professions. So if you're studying engineering, you're going to be taught by engineers. If you're studying art and design, we have artists and creatives that will actually be teaching you that are within the chosen fields that you'll be studying. I think what's brilliant as well is that our business school is among the top 5% of the world's top business schools, and it's fully accredited by the AACSB. Now, our MBA program and our international business program is available in January, alongside our MSc in finance and accounting. That's available in January. I will get on to the other programs as well. But as you can see, #1 in London for design, pharmacy, sports, journalism, nursing. So we have a range of specialisms. So I'll be really keen and interested to see in the Q&A section what you would be interested in studying. So just to be clear, in terms of our location, we do have 4 campuses, which I will touch upon. And as already mentioned, we have, and you can see there's a map of where central London is, where Kingston is. So very close to Heathrow Airport as well. Many of you may know the surrounding areas. Hounslow, for example, is a popular choice to live, because of course you do not have to live on campus. You can live elsewhere. And often people choose to live there because it's cheaper than central London. So as mentioned, depending on what you will be studying will depend on the campus you'll be staying at, and each campus has its own halls of residence. If it's business, it will be Kingston Hill. If it's engineering, it will be Roehampton Vale. If it's social sciences, it will be Penryn Road. And if it's art and design, it will be Knights Park. So just very, very quickly, we do offer preparatory courses. And this has become increasingly popular, I'm seeing, among our students, is the foundation year. So this is in particular for those who are undergraduates, who don't quite meet the entry requirements. They're able to study a foundation year. We also have a pre-master's program as well. Again, those who have not quite met the entry requirements. There is, for our Indian students, there has been a change in our English language requirements for our science, engineering and computing programs. We, of course, can deal with this fully during the Q&A session. But we can also talk about the range of English language qualifications we accept. So as mentioned, we offer a range of undergraduate programs. Please do remember, though, in the UK, we have it's only September. So it would only be September 2021 that you would have if you're interested in an undergraduate program. And we really do have a range of programs we have on offer. So if you are interested, please do have a look at our website, and you'll be able to see if we offer that. UCAS, I believe, is now open, so you will be able to start looking at making an application if you are an undergraduate. And again, H&H Global will be able to help you with that. So again, with our postgraduate programs, we have a range of, and there are our 4 key areas of where we have our programs. As Milton has already touched upon, we do have a January, a March, and a September intake. Now, for some of our January intakes, that deadline has probably closed now, but thankfully for our science, engineering, and computing programs, we have a March intake. For our business programs, as already mentioned, the MBA, our MSc in International Business Management, and our MSc in Accounting and Finance, it's still an option for you to apply for our January intake. The next available intake for our business-related programs are in September, where we have a wider range of programs available for you. So again, this is just as mentioned, for our Indian students. Firstly, I am the Officer for South Asia, so I do welcome all our students across that region, specifically Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. So we can help you. H&H Global and I will be able to help you in terms of the entry requirements for those countries. The main thing really that I can talk to you today really is about the personal statement, your SOP, your statement of purpose as well. But I've got those there for you. Now, at the moment, because some of the IELTS centres have been closed due to the current pandemic, we are accepting alternative tests to the IELTS. I believe that Duolingo is probably the quickest turnaround time in doing that online. So if you look at that web link there, that gives you the range of English language tests that we do accept. So in terms of just the process in applying for your CAS statement, this is actually, you need to have an unconditional offer. So some of you actually present may be at this stage where you are an offer holder and you haven't yet applied for your CAS number. This is just what the process is there. Again, if we have specific questions, I'm more than happy to bring this slide up again and talk about that. Great. Just bear in mind as well, in terms of the turnaround time, Milton and his team will be able to share that with you, just in terms of following up any CAS request that you've made. And more importantly, I suppose, is just in terms of scholarships available. Now, just really quickly, for those January, there is a scholarship available for January. The deadline for that is, I believe, the 9th of November. So if you do have an offer for January, you have to act quickly, and I can share that with you. However, if you're a September intake student, our applications will open at the end of February and March time. So I can talk to you about our scholarships there. We also have loyalty and family bursaries available there as well, and I can talk to you about that. And our student ambassador scheme. So what mentioned as well that can help you with your finances is, once you are a student, as mentioned, you are able to work part-time, 20 hours a week. You can, of course, work off campus, but we do have a scheme that many of our international students, as you see here, we actually hire 300 plus student ambassadors, many of which are international. So we do really encourage you to make an application to become a student ambassador. How to connect with us? Well, you can connect with us through our social media channels. We've got our email address there as well. But I would encourage you to speak with your H&H Global Counsellor. We offer regular webinars as well, where you can direct with that are thematic as well. So ones that are have a look at that web link there, and you'll be able to join very specific webinars. And that's it from me, really. So if you are a student from India, we've got an India-specific email account. If not, you've also got my direct email as well, which is there, and of course our website. So I'm going to stop sharing that now. I think that's finished there. So back over to Milton with the Q&A.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew, for having very informative 10-15 minutes. And dear prospective students, our guest Andrew already had a brief discussion about the entry requirements, the courses available for January and March sessions, along with that September 2021 sessions as well. The scholarships available, the courses available. We have started getting the questions. So if you have any question in hand, you can start sending the questions to our email, our live Facebook the link as well. You can start sending the questions now. We're going to gather all of them, and one by one we're going to discuss any of your questions that you have in hand as well. So we are moving to the next part of our live sessions, where we're going to see some particular courses. We're going to discuss about that, how Kingston University is beneficial. We're going to go through some of the key courses, because we've seen there's a growing demand of different particular courses as well. And I like to see that how this course is going to be helpful for you, and why you're going to choose Kingston University compared to others. So I would, first of all, I'd like to discuss about one particular course. It is MSc in Pharmaceutical Science with Management Studies. And we have also MSc in Pharmaceutical Science, MSc in Pharmaceutical Analysis. So in terms of the pharmacy, the reason I'm going for pharmacy first of all, because we have seen past that pharmacy is one of the key courses that a lot of international students are interested to study at Kingston University. And it is, I think, Kingston University is one of the top university in the UK in terms of pharmacy. And if I can request Andrew to have just a brief discussion about this particular department and the course as well, how these MSc pharmaceutical course will be helpful for our prospective students. And you know that because of the growing demand in the healthcare sector, particularly in pharma, in the field of healthcare and pharmacy, I like to go for a brief discussion with Andrew, please.
Absolutely. I think, Milton, I'm really pleased that you mentioned these specific programs, because what we're seeing under this pandemic is that students are interested in qualifications that lead to a specific career. So with pharmacy or pharmaceutical science, it will lead you to a profession. You will become a pharmacist or a pharmaceutical analyst. It actually leads you directly into a career. And I've noticed a trend, for example, in nursing. So especially in this pandemic, where people are seeing the need in the medical healthcare professions, that they're looking at very clear pathways into a career. And of course, these subjects does that. So our pharmaceutical analysis, our pharmaceutical science, and our pharmacy program does that. So I think why they're popular is that in the UK, there's just a lot more scope in terms of work as a pharmacist. Milton will know this because he lives in the UK, is that there's a lot more pharmacists can have their own practice, which is why we have the management studies as well alongside that. So many pharmacists will be self-employed. As mentioned in my presentation, that Kingston, all through the programs, has an entrepreneurial thread through it, because even though you might think, well, pharmacy is science-based, it's a pure science, you know, it's chemistry, but actually, if you are going to be a pharmacist, you are going to be having to run your own business and employ people. You've got people management skills. You have to deal with finance, about financing the premises that you'll be operating out of, dealing with customers, maximizing profit. So, you know, pharmacists, although, and it really depends, because some may not want to do that. They might think that's too much to handle. So pharmaceutical analysis would be that you might be actually working for a pharmaceutical company. I can think of the big one, GlaxoSmithKline. I know that some of our students have actually managed to get jobs working with them. And that's where you'll be an employee. So you'll have a career with a big corporation, you'll have a job, you'll get a pension, you'll be looked after, essentially. So that's where maybe the analysis would be something where you're not interested in setting up your own business. But that's why, as you mentioned, the pharmaceutical science with the business management, with the management studies, is because in the UK, pharmacists tend to have their own local business. And so you need to have the skills to be able to operate. And as mentioned, we're top of this program, certainly in London. So it's a fantastic opportunity for students to study.
Yes, thank you very much for Andrew for a brief discussion about pharmaceutical science. And as Andrew already mentioned, that it is one of the key programs that Kingston University offers, and the seats are limited as well. And I believe for students who wants to come for January sessions, Andrew, is it still places available for this particular program?
So for January, if you haven't yet made an application, and I can see already in the chats that somebody's all said they're asking about a particular application. And what I just want to quickly say now is I am happy with Milton. We'll take your student ID numbers and we will look into your particular applications or your stage. So just to reassure those who are listening, if you're inquiring about a specific application or what stage, we will be able to help you. But if you haven't yet made an application for pharmaceutical science in January, it is a bit late now, Milton, because of when they have to apply for their CAS. They need to do that by the 15th of November. They need to have an unconditional offer. And so certainly for Suresh, you will need to make an application if you have an unconditional offer for a program within science, engineering, computing. You must apply for your CAS number before the 15th of November. So as mentioned in my presentation, you must have an unconditional offer. So if you haven't made an application yet, it just the turnaround time, it does take a couple of weeks. Well, Milton, you know, it can take a number of weeks. So really, but the good news is we have a March intake. A March intake is there. So the next one would be March. And then, of course, there's the September as well.
Okay, so yes. So prospective students, if you are interested to study at pharmaceutical science, it is a January and September session starter. So I believe it is a bit late in terms of the January sessions. So I would recommend, because it is a quite demanding courses, even if you're planning for September 2021, I recommend you to start looking for it, start sending your documents to us, and we're gonna prepare your documents as soon as January session finishes. We're gonna send your applications to them and get your offers done for you as well. So we move on to our next course of discussions. Computer science and engineering, it is another department that Kingston University is quite popular. We have a lot of students particularly from India, and students of Bangladesh as well. So we're going to go through one or two courses that are most of the students are interested in. And recently, Kingston University started one of the new programs, the MSc in data science. I think it is one of the programs that a lot of students are applying. If you can discuss a bit of it, please.
Yeah, I mean, our data science is become really popular, and we've really seen the popularity in this program. And I think really, Milton, you know, you run your own business, and working here, it's now that what I think this pandemic has done is it's sped up technological process. A lot of us now are meeting and having virtual meetings. We were doing this already, but what this pandemic has meant is that we're now doing this, we're having to do it. And I think even when things go back to normal as in we'll be able to physically meet. I think that the progress we've made in using these different channels will remain. Now, of course, when you're reaching out, a company needs to look at the data. The companies, universities, businesses need to actually look how successful the channels are operating. And I'll just give you this example here. So Milton and his team will be looking at how successful this event is. And we're really hoping that we can reach out to as many inquirers and offer holders that we can. And that's the important thing, is communication. And so Milton and his team will look at the data and will analyze it and see how successful the event was. So that's just one example. Now, one thing I would say, Milton, is when I speak to students, they say, I'm interested in data science. And I said, okay, well, what kind of sector are you interested in? Oh, I don't know anything. And that surprises me, because data science is everything. It could be in the entertainment sector. It could be in the finance. It could be in fashion. It could be in education. It could be in art and design. So there's lots of different industries that you could work with within data science. So what I would, for those who are interested in that, is to really think about what kind of work environment you would like to see yourself in. Would you like to, because it's the data, you've got to find the data interesting. In fact, that's what I do when I advise my academics about their programs. The fact that we launched data science, we were led by the numbers, by the demand. We saw that there was a growth in the various markets, and this is what the markets were telling us was needed. So we launched this program. And so you've got to really think, it's not just about data science, it's about, well, what the type of data is that you're analyzing. So that's probably my advice would be, is to think about the environment that you would like to analyze the data.
Okay, so yes, it's quite a great number of students and are very much interested about this MSc in data science. Just keep in mind that all of the postgraduate courses offered by Kingston University comes with an optional 12-month placement. So you have the opportunity to apply your theoretical knowledge into practice. So it all depends on you whether you want to go for 1-year course. So students who already has experience but they only need a 12-month course, you have the option for 12 months. Students who want to go for further 12 months with work placement, keep in mind that you have option that one as well. So depending on your circumstances, you can take your own decisions, whether you want to go for 12 months or you want to go for 24 months. As you know that because there's a 12-month placement opportunity, Kingston is just not only give you the visas, they will help you how you're going to take the placements as well. So it is the placement in sex. I think one of the students who came in September 2019 for pharmaceutical science was actually asked me that they started looking for companies just starting from the second semester. So which is a good thing actually. That when you are starting your second semester, the university is going to push you to look for your placements as well, because you need to submit your placement proposal to them, whether you've got the placements or not. As soon as you finish your second semester, going for the third stage of the courses, you need to submit that one as well. So it is a key part in terms of the courses in Kingston University is offering to our prospective students. Because this world is now in a situation that the more experience you have, particularly from a UK company, when you go back to your home country, where I'm intend to our prospective students in Bangladesh, also in India, particularly if I say in Bangladesh, there are a lot of foreign investment is coming up. So students who are coming from Bangladesh, they want to return back to their home country as well, as soon as they finish it. So if you go with a 12-month placement, and along with that, there is a 2 years post-study work visa as well. So if you take that opportunity and combine together, when you're going back, you will be well ahead compared to the local graduates. So it's a good opportunity for you. You can go through the particular website link and for the particular course that you are interested in. If you have any question in hand, please feel free to ask us. We are moving to the next question. Next discussion about the course is MSc in Software Engineering with Management Studies. Majority of the courses in other universities, they are offering MSc in Software Engineering with placement. they are offering MSc in software engineering by itself. But Kingston University MSc in software engineering, there are options for you to add management on top of your normal modules as well. So if I can ask Andrew to give us a just short discussion about this particular course.
Sure. And I think, again, just in terms of what we're experiencing now, the fact that we've got this platform that we're actually operating now, this was built, this was created. Okay, so actually my brother-in-law is a software engineer. I personally do not fully understand. It's not my area of expertise, but he has been completely inundated. He is busier than ever because all companies now, a lot are having to work from home. They're having to use more so new platforms. They're using technology from home. So it's a critical area. And as mentioned, even when the pandemic is lifted, that we ease out in terms of public health has been restored, fundamentally, I think this is sped up. But this has been called the fourth industrial revolution, where technology is really critical. You know, technology isn't going anywhere. This is actually going to advance further. But just to give you a quick overview of this program. So why choose this program? Some of the most challenging problems in industry and commerce are associated with software development. The course will equip computing professionals with advanced knowledge of the latest methods and tools in software engineering, as well as practical skills in software development. The knowledge and skills learned on this course will enable you to make an effective contribution as part of a team building software systems, delivering optimum results in terms of cost, time, and software quality. So as mentioned as well, a bit like our pharmaceutical science, we also have with management studies as well, because you have to remember that, yes, you have the actual practical knowledge and skills, but you'll be working in a team. You'll be working in a team. And this is so important when you're not in a physical office. So when you're having to operate virtually, you need to have a professional way. And in the UK, we call them soft skills. Soft skills means how you interact with other people, personal skills, manners, how you operate with people through email, through others. So it's a fantastic program. And again, I would really encourage you to have a look at our website because it really goes through all the different modules that you'll be studying on that program.
Yes, thank you very much, Andrew, for going through that. And I want to add just one thing on that. In terms of the differences between the modules, one of the modules this course offers with MSc in Software Engineering, with MSc in Software Engineering Management Studies, the Business in Practice modules, the 30 credits. So if you are going with a Management Studies module, you will be adding a 30 credits module on top of the other modules available, and along with project discussions, project dissertation, and software quality engineering. So as Andrew already mentioned, that business, if you will be working in a business, if you're working in a company, so communicating with the team is very, very vital compared to along with your other analytical skills, IT skills as well, software skills as well. So these are soft skills is very, very important. So I would recommend our prospective students who are interested to study in software engineering course, you can go through the particular university website, and I'm going to share with you if you need to know particular courses. Let us know if you have any question in hand through this live session, or even if you have any other questions after going through the link available to the university website. And if you have any particular question in hand, you can send us an email, or also into our Facebook Messenger and also WhatsApp as well. So we are going to the next course of discussions. The next course of discussion I want to go for Andrew is for our business in the business faculty, and it is actually accounting and finance, MSc in accounting and finance. One interesting story actually, in terms of, because of the lockdown, the accounts and finance is the demand for accounting financial practice people is higher. Government is providing furlough scheme. Government is providing different business tension policies, business different funding availabilities, VAT problems. So different business are they're applying for different loans. They apply for business projects as well. The projects have been delayed. So accounting profession, the demand for accounting professionals even higher during this lockdown situation. So I particularly want to discuss about this particular courses to our prospective students, and it is a 12-month course along with a 12-month placement opportunities. And one of the key thing is that it is accredited by AACSB, and you will get accreditation for ACT, which is basically provider of Association of Corporate Treasurers, along with that CIMA as well. So if Andrew can give us just 1 or 2 lines about this.
Sure, and I think you pretty much gave a really good background of the accounting and finance, because there's so much scope of job opportunities because of this. So it could be in a small accountancy firm or one of the big finance firms, whether that's kind of more in the city with banking and finance or more accounting. So as you mentioned, during this lockdown, there's been a higher demand for people to sort out their finances, those who've become self-employed, etc. So again, with finance, you will be able to, I think, to be honest with you, you've got more scope of finding work within accounting and finance. And of course, that's what our career service will be able to help you with.
Yes. So, and also to keep in mind that this particular course is accredited by, I believe, a CIMA as well. So you'll get exemptions. So if a prospective students who are in Bangladesh at the moment, watching this live session, or India at the moment, you finish your bachelor degree, and whether you have experience or you don't have any experience, but you have future plan to progress yourself to be an accountant, MSc in accounting and finance at Kingston University can be one of your good choice, because I think not a lot of university offers accounting and finance with AACSB accreditation as well. So AACSB accreditation is a worldwide body who accredited the courses. So I think Kingston is one of the universities that have that accreditation, and along with that, it is accredited by our professional body, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, the CIMA. I personally, basically, because bit knowledgeable about accounting and finance, because I did my degree over in this particular field. So, and I particularly went through the Kingston University modules, and I can see that there are some of the modules which are very, very, I think, our prospective students would like it, like audit and control. There is market-based accounting. There are financial modeling for people who like to engage in terms of in big financial sectors in Bangladesh or India or even in the UK. There are corporate finance and financial statement analysis. There are financial accounting and financial management. And also there is international money and finance. So if I can tell you 1 or 2 lines, this international money and finance is very, very important for prospective students who want to work in multinational companies, particularly the companies who are investing in overseas as well. Along with that is optional module is financial reporting, and also there is a research project as well. So it is a very, very good course available to our students. If you have any question in hand, you can go to the university prospective website, university website, and go through that. Any question in hand, let us know. Just to let you know that this particular course is top 40 in the university in the UK. So if you are studying these particular courses, you are actually studying to a top 40 ranked UK universities. In the ranking wise, you are well ahead compared to other universities. You need to keep in mind. So let's move on to our next question. Next course that I want to discuss about is in MSc in Biomedical Science. So I would recommend, I request Andrew if you can go through 1 or 2 lines about MSc in Biomedical Science, please.
Sure. And just to say, in terms of the courses that we have available, we do not have available medicine. Okay. So if you are looking to a route to become a doctor specifically, then we do not have that available. However, you can, if, for example, medicine is incredibly challenging to get admission on, so many students in the alternative will be looking at doing that. We offer 2 programs with biomedical science. We do biomedical science with a specific thread that you can do, and we also do biomedical science with management studies. Again, carry on with that theme where we're really supporting students to actually get that academic excellence, really understand their subjects, but also help them understand their management skills as well. So just really, really quickly, in terms of that, with the biomedical science, this course will provide a broad understanding of disease processes, their diagnosis, linked to an in-depth studies of hematology, of medical microbiology. What I would really recommend you do, because if it really does depend on what you want to do as a career. So it's what I would recommend you do is have a look at our website, have a look at the modules, and we're actually able to give you a little bit of a career advice before you join the program. And I know, for example, some of our lecturers are able to speak with you as well. So have a look at that. Again, similar to the pharmacy, the pharmaceutical analysis that we were talking about, that word for a big organization, it's the same with biomedical science. So, for example, you could work for Cancer Research UK. There are different organizations that you could work for to be a researcher or a lab technician, where you need to have those expertise. So if you're very good at you enjoy the subject, what we help you to do is think about, well, what career will it lead upon? And that's why we offer that program with management studies as well, because of course a lab needs to be managed. There will be many lab technicians. So again, if that's something that you're aspiring to do, is to be in a management position within a company, or you could be a consultant within that area, that would be a really good program to study.
Yes, thank you, Andrew, for sharing your experience about this particular course. So, and I just want to add one thing on the MSc Biomedical Science, because we have some queries in past as well. The student was asking whether they'll be eligible to apply for biomedical science for the master's program. Just keep in mind that for MSc in biomedical science, it is a particular specialized program. So if you need to have a particular degree in order to be eligible for this course, like you need to have either you have your bachelor degree or first degree done in medical biology, microbiology, or microbiology by itself, hematology, immunology, or any other biology or medical science related degree. Even if you have a doctor in Bangladesh, finished your MBBS, but you want to do a master's in biomedical science, we are more than welcome to do that. But keep in mind that because it is a specialized, you won't be, if you have a degree from general, I should say I'm just particularly referring to our Bangladeshi students, because some of the students previously applied and they got rejected just because of this reason, is that this is a particular specialized course. So if you have a general degree without any medical or any biology in focus in hand, you won't be eligible for this particular course. So keep in mind, you can choose any other courses available, but if you are applying these particular courses, I recommend you to send your qualifications to us, so that we can our particular team can go through that, give you the particular price before you apply, so that it's not going to waste your particular valuable time as well. So I move on to the next particular course that I want to have a short discussion is MSc in Advanced Product Designing and Manufacturing. Andrew, actually, we had quite a good number of students in January 2021 and September sessions as well, along with September 2019. This is a course that always has a high demand for our prospective students in South Asian point of view. I particularly want to mention that. So product design and engineering is the same as I mentioned earlier. It is ranked in top 40 UK universities in terms of the subject-wise ranking. There is 3 sessions: January, March, and September. So any students who are missing this January session, you can apply for our March sessions from now on. So Andrew, if you can tell me, the students who are going for March session, they can start sending their applications from now on. Am I correct?
Correct. And I would really encourage you to work with H&H Global to get your application in. So again, if you haven't yet made an application, you'll be looking for the March intake. And really, it's a really brilliant program. Again, I do not come from an engineering background. However, when I've done campus tours for prospective students, our partners we work with, our facilities are fantastic. It's shocking, the 3D printers that I've seen, where a 3D printer can build a chair, a piece of furniture, you know. So our facilities are world class. They're brilliant. And I think also with our links with industry as well. So it's as Milton, as you mentioned, it's incredibly popular. And I think to avoid disappointment, really, I would encourage you for the March intake to make an application, start preparing for that now to get a place for March.
Yes, and also our viewers and our prospective students, and just to give you one information about this MSc in Product Design, Engineering and Manufacturing, this particular course is accredited by Institution of Mechanical Engineers and also Engineering Council accredited degree as well, this one. So it has been accredited by 2 particular institutions. So, and along with that, you have options for 12 months work placement opportunities. So keep in mind, I think this, there are one other information I should share with my students. Some of the engineering courses like mechanical engineering, you will need an ATAS certificate, which is a requirement as well. So if you are applying for any engineering course, please keep in mind that some of the courses available. I think if I want to mention particular courses, the MSc in Mechanical Engineering is, yes, MSc in Mechanical Engineering. It is the only course in engineering faculty at the moment applying for January 2021 session. You will need to apply for ATAS certificate in order to go for to apply for the class. If I'm not wrong, Andrew, am I correct?
Correct, yes. So if you have any doubt about that, if you have a look on our website, web page of the program, it will tell you whether you need to have that ATAS certificate. For this particular program that we're discussing, that is not a requirement. Essentially, what it is, it's because if it's dealing with sensitive information, so it's a security measure really. But it's important to be aware if your program requires the ATAS certificate, because it takes longer. You need to have that in place before you apply for your CAS, and it doesn't happen overnight. So you need to make sure that you've applied for that certificate well before you're ready for your CAS.
Yes, so students who are planning to go for master's qualification and for the March sessions, and let me go through your MSc in Mechanical Engineering. I think if you have any question in hand, you can let us know as well. So we're going to give you the update whether your course is needed ATAS certificate. If your course is needed ATAS certificate, and if you're going for March session, I would recommend you to apply as soon as possible. Get your offer letters and apply for ATAS certificate. Because of the lockdown, everything is slowing down at the moment. Yeah. So you need to apply as early as possible so that there won't be any further delays. And we are actually more or less discussed about some of the key courses for January 2021 sessions along with March 2021 sessions. Apart from the courses which is available, which we discussed, if any particular students want to know any particular course as well, feel free to give us a knock in our live link. We're going to discuss that. And the only one thing I want to I like to add 1 or 2 lines regarding the healthcare courses that is available to Kingston University, MSc in midwifery, with the registered midwife nurse as well. So I think due to the growing demand of nurses in the UK, and along with that, because of the COVID situation, the demand for nurse in the UK and all over the world is quite high. And just keep in mind that Kingston is #1 in London in terms of nursing and midwifery, according to Guardian League Table 2020. That means you're going to be studying nursing is one of the top ranked UK universities. And along with that, because it's a top rank, the places are limited for this particular course. Andrew, if you can, do you have any? You can give us just a brief idea about this particular course. Like, if even they want to apply for January session, I think it's too late to apply now. And for September intake students, if you can give us just a brief discussion about this.
Sure. So the thing is, I've spoke to a few students who were doing business, for example, and they studied a bit of biology as an undergraduate, but now they want to change their career. They've realized, they've looked at the pandemic, they really now want to move into it. So we do have the MSc in nursing, or as you mentioned, in midwifery, but please do have a look at the entry requirements, okay? So really, for the master's degree in nursing, you do need to have a health or science related degree in your undergraduate, okay? That could be psychology, could be biology, or something related to that. We are also requiring 650 hours, related hours of health or social care related experience that has been taken place 12 months before. So Milton, actually it's really good now that if that's you're interested in nursing to start in September, this is the time to start getting experience in your home country. This could be voluntary, if there's a hospital nearby or a care home. Have a look at the entry requirements. For the master's program, you do need to have work experience to get accepted. For our BSc, so we do an undergraduate, so it's a 3-year program, that's an opportunity as well. So even if you've done a degree before, a bachelor's degree in business or something like that, alternatively, you could decide, I will invest in 3 years doing that. So even if you don't have that experience, this is the perfect time now in November to start thinking about how can you get that 650 hours work experience. And there's time to do that. You could, if you were kind of needing to do 20 hours a week over 6 months, there is time to get that work experience, but you need to look at that now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Andrew, for going through that particular course. So we have discussed quite a bit of courses available for January 2021 and discussed about different departments, why you choose Kingston University, depending on the courses you are going for. And we're going to take we're going to go through we actually started getting questions from our prospective students. So we're going to go through that each by each. And along with that, I'd like to have just a brief discussion about the entry requirements for our prospective students from South Asia, and a bit of discussion about scholarship available, what are the alternative English courses you need, and what are the particular score you need, particular Duolingo if you want to go for master's, MSc in science courses, what are the Duolingo requirements the university requires, and along with that, what is the deadline for the March session, and also the deadline for the January sessions as well. So one of the students, prospective students, Shubri Wali, is asking about scholarship providing for international students. I think Shubri, Andrew already mentioned, it's 2,000 pounds, Andrew, isn't it?
Yes.
So prospective students, Shubri, if you have offer in hand, we have still 9th of November for your 2,000 pound scholarship. Just to keep in mind that you need to apply as soon as possible, and there will be a particular panel who's going to decide whether you are eligible for this 2000 scholarship or not, because it is a very quite challenging. A lot of students are applying for it. So depending on your previous qualification, depending of your personal statement you have written, your academic excellence, the scholarship team will decide whether you are eligible or not. And approximately how many weeks students need to wait for the scholarship update, like whether they accept it or not?
Oh, sorry, for the January, when will they hear back? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so
like
I would,
if they apply. Yes.
so for the January, as you've mentioned, the deadline is on the 9th of November. So we haven't yet assessed the scholarships yet. So once they close, we will then make an assessment. We're hopeful probably by mid-December that we would be able to then confirm that. So just to confirm that this scholarship, in terms of your visa, in terms of your finances, is you would get that scholarship at the last installment, so it wouldn't be part of your maintenance cost, if that makes sense. So you can't rely on that £2,000 as being part of that package. But we hope to inform successful applicants of the scholarship for January intake, mid-December.
Mid-December. Okay. So if what Shubhri, I want to recommend, if you are already having an offer with us, our dedicated team is available. Communicate with them. They will guide you through how to submit your scholarship application. Because there's a particular form to fill up with a personal statement as well. So communicate with our team, and our team will be able to help you on that. We're gonna go. I think we already discussed about this. Suresh was asking about one particular I already applied for MSc Construction Management. I got 1270%. Do I need to IELTS to apply for CAS? Okay, I think Kingston recently changed their entry requirements to give English exemptions, particularly for Indian students. Students who are going for science courses, regardless of the course, doesn't matter. If you're going for construction management or computer science or any science related courses, you won't be given English exemptions based on your 12th grade mark. If I'm not wrong, Andrew, this is the news.
Yes, that is correct. Now, what I'm going to hopefully be able to do, just bear with me one moment, is I'm going to try and put the link. I'm not sure if I'm able to share the link. I can see the comments. What I was about to do is, as in the presentation. In any case, we've got a web page where we tell you all the alternative English language tests. Okay, as mentioned, Duolingo is probably the quickest test to do in the alternative to IELTS. So, for example, what we would be looking for in Duolingo is, if it's 6.5, then we're looking at 115. So on this web page, in fact, what you can do is, if you even just search on our website Duolingo, then it will come up with the web page that gives all the alternative tests that we have. So yes, and I think, to be honest with you, other universities will be following suit, and the reason is because the UKVI requirements have changed. Okay, so what that means is any students who have been exempt from a CELT, and IELTS is a CELT, universities have to show why they have given that exemption, and they have to have an interview. So it's likely that you would have to, even if you don't do the IELTS, the university would have to administer an interview to test your English, because that's not a band within IELTS that the 12th standard provides. So what we've done, because of this change, we have asked you to undertake either the IELTS or an alternative test. Duolingo is one of them, and I think you'll get the results within 48 hours after taking the test. So what I would really recommend, just because, you know, you've got to apply for your CAS by the 14th of November. So you need to take that test probably now, so that you can then get the results and then submit it to our admissions team, so you can get an unconditional offer. I can't stress enough the importance of getting this done quickly, so that you can apply for your CAS in time. So yes, you do. Your 12th standard, unfortunately, isn't enough, but you don't have to take the IELTS. You can take an alternative test. I suggest Duolingo because of the quick turnaround time.
Yes, so I'm going to share with you the link that is in our all our Facebook pages. It is available to what are the alternative English language testing system is available for students who are planning for March session. Yes, you can do, apart from Duolingo, you can accept any other English language qualifications like TOEFL is there. There is Pearson. You can do IELTS. And some of the students were asking whether they will do IELTS UKVI or IELTS academic. The answer for this particular question is that as long as you get 6.5 overall or 6.0 for MSc, you don't need to be bound by taking IELTS UKVI. You can do IELTS academic as well. However, the only thing is, if in case if you are 0.5 behind the direct entry requirement, Kingston University can offer you for pre-session English course only if you have IELTS EQVI. If you don't have IELTS EQVI, you won't be eligible to apply for pre-session English course with your main course. So it is better to apply for to go for IELTS UKVI, but you are confident enough, you can go for IELTS academic as well, offered by British Council, offered by IDP, or anywhere in the world as well. So I would recommend our students who are already having an offer with a condition of English, you can and planning for January sessions, please feel free to apply for Duolingo course, which is you need 115 overall with 105 no less than in your any of the sections. Students who are going for business courses, your requirement, I think students who are going for business courses, they will be eligible to apply at the moment with their 12th grade English, if I'm wrong.
Yes, and just to kind of go on to how popular science, engineering, computing is, again, because it's so popular, they're trying to put these measures in. But at the moment, our business, and you can still apply. So as mentioned, the science, engineering, computing, the deadline for the CAS is the 14th of November. That's not the case for our business programs. So for January, the MBA is there, International Business Management and Accounting and Finance, where your English 12th standard is suffice for your English, for your academic English, and we haven't got a hard deadline. So if business is what you're interested in and a January intake, really do consider Kingston.
Okay, and we move on to the next question as well. Once I apply for MSc International Business Management, when I can expect my offer letters, once you can share with your ID number to us, we can have a look whether what is the condition, what is the situation. At the moment, the turnaround time is 3 to 15 working days. If you think that you are well above the 3 to 15 working days, communicate with us. We're going to communicate with the university and try to sort it out as well. And IELTS is mandatory. Your IELTS is not mandatory if you are going for MSc International Business courses. It is mandatory for science-related courses for January session. Presently, we have another question, CP. Presently, I am holding an unconditional offer of MSc International Business. I'm from India. How can I apply for a scholarship in 2000? Yes, there is a particular link. What I'm going to do actually, I'm going to share with you the scholarship link as well.
And follow that link, please, because if you've got an offer, fantastic, because you need to have an offer to apply for the scholarship. It closes on the 9th of November, which the link will give you the button that you need to start your application for the scholarship. So I encourage you to do that as soon as possible to meet the deadline.
Yes, so dear prospective students, I'm going to share with you the link for the scholarship along with the 2 links. One is the requirement, what type of documents you need to submit. Along with the second link will help you to submit your application form for international scholarship, which is called international master scholarship, which is £2,000. And if you have any question If you are not sure how to write your personal statement, because there is a way you need to write your personal statement, like why university will give you £2,000 scholarship, because it is a competitive, it is not guaranteed. Like you submit the application, university will accept it. You need to demonstrate your excellence. Why they're going to give it to you? So communicate with our team. Our dedicated team, will going to help you how to write it and how to submit your scholarship as well. We are nearly finishing our sessions today. I will still have another 5 to 10 minutes. If any prospective students who are watching this live session, I will recommend you to start sending your questions through our WhatsApp, through our Facebook messengers, and also email us as well. If you have any particular issues in hand and if you want to discuss as well. What I like to say, there's a second lockdown coming up from 5th of November to 2nd of December. And what do you say about our prospective?
Yeah,
Some of the students are a bit afraid. Lockdown.
Yes.
Lockdown.
I mean, you have to remember that when we had the first lockdown, and Milton knows this because he lives in the UK, that they built a lot of makeshift hospitals that was never used. Okay, so the UK has a cherished national health service, which is completely free to people in the UK. For just to let you know, for international students, there's a NHS surcharge. Okay, so just to be upfront, there's a small fee, but then if you need any medical treatment whilst you're in the UK, you will have access to that medical treatment. So really, the whole point of the lockdown is to try and make sure that keep the cases, reduce the number of cases for those who are needing hospital treatment, because our healthcare system is free, and they don't want the healthcare system to be inundated with cases. Okay, so it's a preventative measure. Okay, so actually, as Milton lives here, I mean, it's perfect. It's fine in terms of just going out and about. Obviously, there are social distancing measures. You do have to wear a mask in terms of going into shops. There is social distancing in place. None of us know exactly how this is all going to pan out. So I equally don't want to tell you that it's all going to be okay and don't worry, because we simply don't know. We don't know how it's going to be in India. I know we've got an office in Mumbai. So Mumbai isn't doing very well in comparison to Delhi. In fact, the cases are probably going to spike, especially as Diwali is coming up, before it gets any better. So I think that the lockdown is just almost like it's called a circuit breaker. I personally am not too concerned about it, but we wait and watch. What I will say for our business programs is that there is no, if you enroll in January, you don't have a latest arrival date. You can commence your studies online in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. It's fine for you to do that if there is any concern. And we do have a refund policy as well, a calling off period as well, if you can't arrive to the UK before the latest date of arrival for the Science, Engineering, Computing program. What I would say, Milton, is that under a situation like this, what else are you going to do in lockdown? You know, it's for your career, it's far better to study, to use the time under lockdown to educate yourself. And we're still delivering blended learning. So we have measures in place. Our campus is still open. And as I said, you know, we've got cases where students have successfully secured a work placement under lockdown. So yes, it's not what we wanted to hear, Milton, for the next 4 weeks from Thursday until the 2nd of December. But, you know, it should mean that we will have a Christmas where we'll be able to be out and about. But it is a concern, but we wait and watch.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrew, for your discussion about the lockdown and how Kingston University helping their prospective students
Yes.
in terms of the late arrival, the refund policies, the blended learning. So the Kingston is trying their best to accommodate yourself depending on the circumstances at the moment because it is an uncertain situation, but doesn't mean that your career is going to stop. Your career and your future not going to stop because of this situation. You need to find a solution for it, and Kingston is trying their best to sort out this to our students in terms of the accommodation. Sorry.
I was just going to say thank you. So yeah, and what we also offer when you have to be in quarantine, we
Yes.
don't know when that's. So we offer what's called a concierge service. You're
Okay.
guaranteed on-campus accommodation, and whilst you're quarantining, any support you need, food, anything like that, we're able to support you with that. We're able to help you with your safe arrival. We're very close, as mentioned, to Heathrow. So we look after you from your arrival to quarantine for 14 days. And many of our students are experienced, a successful arrival to the UK. So we're doing, your safety comes first. And as Milton, as you mentioned, if you're unable to arrive, depending on the program, if you're unable to arrive, we've put measures to sort that out for you.
Yes, thank you very much, Andrew. So yes, there are particular measures has been taken by Kingston University to help you, as so that you can continue your study, whether even if a quarantine period successfully coming to the UK, starting 14 days quarantine period, fooding and also supporting for you in terms of food, accommodations, and information wise as well. HLS Global Education will be with you. If you have any information in hand, we're going to give you a pre-departure information, how COVID in this situation, how we're going to travel from Bangladesh, from India to the UK, and what will be during this quarantine period, how you're going to continue your study. So we will be with you as well, along with the Kingston University. We are actually got one question. One of the students is giving his ID number. Vamsi, actually, I've checked your particular ID 2101162. I've checked into our system and I find out that your application was submitted on 31st of October. So hopefully you're gonna get your offer letters very soon. As we mentioned as well, Andrew and me mentioned the turnaround time at the moment 3 to 15 working days. So we're gonna expect your offer letters soon, and we're gonna get back to you. One of our dedicated team in the international admissions team, we're gonna help you to give you further information as well. So please keep with us, and we're gonna update you regarding the offer letter as soon as possible. So we are nearly finishing our sessions today. I would like to ask my Indian team, Mr. Subhash, to say something about in terms of our Indian students, please.
Basically, in India at the moment, the crowd is more for the management students, for MSc in International Business Management, MBA in Global. And right now, there's a few inquiries are coming on, like MBA in Aviation or Tourism. But as I said, that Kingston, they are not providing the MBA Aviation or Tourism. So in future, it is any option it will be there. The courses.
Aviation.
Yeah, MBA in Aviation.
What I would say is, from the market, aviation isn't a good choice at the moment because with international travel. So we do have an aviation course, but with the uncertainty of international travel, I just generally speaking, we will need flights, etc. But you might want to question that choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Subhash, for your feedback and all. And at the end of the session, what I like to say is that Kingston University has quite a variety of courses for January 2021 and March and September. And in terms of the module structure, in terms of the location-wise, I would say Kingston can be one of the good choice for international students in South Asian point of view. If you have any question in hand who are not being able to attend this live session, you still can go through our Facebook pages and you can read through the whole video, which is available to us. If you have any particular question in hand, you can email us as well. Our dedicated online team is available. So I'd like to ask Andrew to give us a closing speech and say something our prospective students for the upcoming intakes, please.
Thank you so much, Milton. And again, thank you for this opportunity to share the presentation and talk with your students. It is a tough time at the moment, and it's an uncertain time. But the great news is that you've got we've got H&H Global, we've got great consultants here, counsellors that will be able to help you with any doubts that you might have. We've also got, you can also contact me, and we have a team in India, but you can contact me directly as well. And we genuinely want to match the best program for you. I would love you to come to Kingston, but the counsellors will make sure that it's the right fit for you. So as already explained, there are lots of excellent programs that are brilliant. So please do spend time with your H&H Global counsellor to explore the possibilities. And it will be very exciting if you are able to come to Kingston. And to kind of alleviate any doubts as well, that we do really care, your safety comes first. So we've put lots of measures in place to make your arrival to Kingston as comfortable as can be. So again, please do stay in touch. Please use the channels that have been described. And of course, Kingston is on Instagram, Facebook as well. So please do stay in touch.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you for joining our sessions today and giving valuable information and also answer the questions for our prospective students. This is the end of our sessions today. Hopefully in future, we're going to have another session with Kingston University. And I thank you to Andrew for joining, and thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Milton. It's been a pleasure. Take care. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Dear viewers, we are finishing our session today, and just before I finish, I like to say a couple of things of Kingston University January 2021 session and also March session. As Andrew already mentioned, that science and engineering is nearly closed for January session. 15th of November is the deadline for the cast letters. However, students who want to go for international business project management pathways, you still can apply for January sessions. There's no particular deadline for the classes. We have March 2021 session, which is actually for engineering and science courses. Only limited number of engineering and science courses are available. So if you are planning for March, and if you want to study any of the science courses, I recommend you to apply as soon as possible. And you can sit Duolingo and score 115 and no less than 105 if you are planning for March science session courses. If you are interested to do any other English language qualifications, you are happy. You can do so as well. As I mentioned, that there are a lot of options available for you to choose, either IELTS, Pearson, Duolingos, or you can, if you are going for business courses for January sessions, there is 70% English mark for Indian students. So there is options available for you. And although there's a lockdown coming up from 5th of November, but in terms of the safety measures the Kingston University has been taken, the 14 days quarantine period, supporting our prospective students in terms of accommodation, in terms of food, and any other support they needed. There's a blended learning opportunity as well. So it is a time for you to continue with your study without wasting your time. If you have any questions apart from whatever we discussed today, please feel free to email us. And I hope to see you soon in near future as well. I like to thank you, Subhash, for joining us today. And I would say our prospective students in Ahmedabad, in any part of India, communicate with our Indian team if you want to study at Kingston University for upcoming January and also next March 2021 session. Thank you very much. Take care. Yeah. Bye.